Here's numbers 2 and 3. So these are also solve the quadratic equation, but this time we're solving by factoring. So the first thing you should always do is look and see, is there any number that you can factor out first of the entire quadratic equation. So for here, 6x squared negative 18x minus 24. Is there a number that they share? Is there a number that goes into all of those? Well, 6 does. 6 goes into 18 and 24, and it obviously goes into 6. So the first thing I would do is factor out 6. And then it's like the reverse of the distributive property. You divide by that number. So 6 times x squared would make 6x squared. 6 times negative 3x would make negative 18x. And 6 times negative 4 would make negative 24. And it equals 0. Now here, we have this expression now in here, this quadratic equation, where the a value is 1. So we've learned that we only need to use the x method to figure out how to factor this. So in the top is c, in the bottom is b. C is negative 4, b is negative 3, right? C is negative 4, b is negative 3. We need two numbers that multiply to make negative 4, but add to make negative 3. So that would be negative 4 times positive 1. So what this tells us, and this is only if you have an a value of 1, right? It's just x squared by itself. This tells you that this part here that's underlined factors to be x minus 4 times x plus 1. Right? Still 6 in front. So this underlined part and that underlined part are the same. They still equal 0. All right, so now we just need to figure out what x needs to be to make this true, and that's the zero product property. If this times this is 0, then either this needs to be 0 or that needs to be 0, right? Because if this were 0, 6 times 0 would be 0, and that 0 times that would be 0. So either x minus 4 has to equal 0, or x plus 1 has to equal 0, one of the two. So you just solve these individually. Well, here x has to be 4. And over here, well, x has to be negative 1. So this would be the two answers. X has to be x can equal 4 or x can equal negative 1. All right, so if you need to pause and look at that and copy it, you can do that now. Go on to this one though. Same thing. Is there a number we can factor out? Yes, 2. 2 goes into all of these. So I'm going to factor out 2, reverse the distributive property, like that, right? Because if you distribute that now, it would get you that. Now we're factoring this. Okay, so we need, the process here is different. If there's an a value that's not 1, in this case it's 2, we use the full x box method. Starting with our x, this is now a times c. This is still b. So a times c is 2 times negative 21 is negative 42. B, positive 1. All right, so we need two numbers that multiply to make this, add to make that. 7, negative 6. 7 times negative 6 is negative 42. 7 plus negative 6 is 1. So what this tells us now, it doesn't tell us how this factors. Now it's telling us, how does this 1x break down? Well, it's made up of a 7x and a negative 6x. If it helps you to write that down, you can write that down. That's telling you what the middle terms are. Okay, so for my box, top left will be my first term, 2x squared. Bottom right box will be my last term, negative 21. And then 7x and negative 6x go in the remaining two boxes. So now we need to figure out what goes on the outside. So this is a guess and check process here. Let me see. I'm going to call this x and this 2x to make my 2x squared. I'm going to make that negative 3. I'm going to make this positive 7 then. So this factors out to this. So what we get is 2 times 2x plus 7 times x minus 3 equals 0. And now what we need to do is just set either this or this equal to 0. It's the same as over here, right? The zero product property. So either 2x plus 7 has to equal 0, or x minus 3 equals 0. So to solve this, this is just a two-step. Subtract 7 from both sides, you get 2x equals negative 7. Divide by 2, you get x equals negative 7 over 2. There's one possible answer. Or, right, this is going to have to be 3. There you go. So that would be the two possibilities. If you were to plug those in to the original equation, it would work. They would both make it 0.